This week on Ray Van Horn's Captain's Journey.
You're gonna have to get real small. There you go. Got him both. It's like a 200-pounder, but manageable. That's right. Yeah! Baby! That's why I live in Everglades, man. That's why I live here. That fish right there. Yeah, do I love tarpon? I do. I love it. It's neck and neck, but that's a special animal.
I'm Ray Van Horn, and this is the Captain's Journey. Jump in the boat. Let's see what kind of fun we can have.
Let's go fishing. Come on and take a ride with me. Get on board with Ray Van Horn. It's the Captain's Journey. Let's go fishing. Come on and take a ride with me. Get on board with Ray Van Horn. It's the Captain's Journey.
Ray Van Horn's Captain's Journey is presented by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time.
Get on board with Ray Van Horn. It's the Captain's Journey.
Welcome to the Captain's Journey. On today's show, this is going to be a pretty special event for me. We're going to start this off on my home turf, and I've got a very special guest, Captain Jason Ketchings, coming in from New Orleans. His home waters are in Louisiana, and we've filmed a ton of shows with him out there over the years, and he's never been to the Everglades. Picked Jason up at the airport, and he said, man, I could use a little bit of breakfast. I said, I've got a spot for you, buddy. The Havana Cafe, right here where I live. Carlos has got it going on. Great food, good cup of coffee, and if you like Cuban food, there's no place better. You can't get a better place in Miami. I don't care what you say. I said, you know, we'll get a little feed, jump in the boat. I've got a little secret spot I want you to see. Should be good. I couldn't think of anybody better suited to come and fish my home waters with me in this show. That being said, this is January, the middle part of January, and weather is always a factor.
Well, this is a brand new beginning. And I've got, I said, we're gonna do a brand new show called The Captain's Journey. And I said, who better to start the season with than Captain Jason Ketchings from Louisiana, my brother.
I don't know what to do, man. Docks and mangroves and
Snook,
tarpon.
You're at my house.
I'm at your house. I hope you're as good of a guide as I am for you.
Ooh, that's putting pressure on right there.
You're the man now.
I don't know how many shows I've done with you down in Louisiana, but it has always been epic. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take you to some places that are gonna be surreal.
You know that's what I'm about.
Yeah, I know. You're all about epic. So I'm gonna take you to some epic stuff. And we're gonna hear everything but monkeys.
I'm about monkeys too. If we hear a monkey, then it's
I'm not against the monkeys. But that being said, you're used to all that wide open spaces. All that just got condensed.
So you're gonna test my angling ability today?
Yeah, you're short game.
Okay.
Short game. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Welcome to the journey.
As fate would have it, we've experienced the first major front of the year. Now, in the Everglades, we fish for subtropical and tropical fish, tarpon and snook and all these different varieties that are somewhat intemperate when it comes to cold. Timing is what it is, but all that being said, it's my home turf. It may not be as fantastic as it was 2 or 3 days ago, but I think we've got a pretty good shot. Some of the places I go on these extremely low winter tides, I've only got a few inches of water. In today's show, we're going to utilize a boat that some people are going to say, really, you use that down in saltwater in the Everglades? This is a special boat that Ranger builds. It's a 1652 aluminum. It is tough as a tank.
Kingfisher right there. I usually start where I see him, but we got about 2 miles to go.
You can't run faster?
No.
Why?
You'll see in a second. You're gonna have to get real small.
You want the cover, Ray?
Yeah, we need to cover.
The bed of the boat is actually sprayed in like truck bed liner. And you gotta have this for where we're going. I go way back into the thick stuff, and I'm bumping against trees and mangroves. And so we're gonna be in the aluminum. It's a great boat for where we're going. We're gonna be targeting snook. Even though we've had this cold front, there's gonna be a period during the day when these fish feed. It's probably gonna be small,
We getting underneath
but as
there?
long as we keep our line wet, we've got a chance. Jason's never experienced the jungle. He's an open water marsh fisherman in Louisiana. And I said, just the experience of going up some of
there
these
he is.
creeks and rivers
There's a
and
good
these
one,
tight canopies is gonna be a kick for him.
What happened?
I got beat up. I got beat to death.
In some of these places, these creeks and rivers are very, very tight. I mean, it's a lane, and it's barely enough to make an underhand cast or even an overhead cast. But Jason hooked into this one, and it schooled him and took him to the cleaners. Got him?
Yep. Good one. Oh boy. Way to go, Jason.
What happened?
Broke me off.
These are big fish. They deal with current, they're strong. The water's cool, so they're really just full of vinegar. Had the day stopped right there. That was worth the price of admission for me. Now, this guy's a good angler. He knows how to fight a fish. But I don't think he was expecting something that had four-wheel drive when and then headed off to the trees, and he couldn't stop it.
Well, right here at the boat, cuz. Get out of there. Get out of that tree. He's on there. He's in that tree. Okay, he's out. Not that big.
That's how you net a fish.
He gave me all I wanted. I'd hate to see that one that you had earlier.
I know.
That's a nice one, but that ain't a giant. That's nothing. That's a third of the fish you had on. A third.
It's amazing.
It's all you can
Ready
do
to
to,
bait, yeah, ready
all
to
you can
go.
do to control these things. All right, get him back in the pool. Whew. Now, man, I had that much string out.
I know. Good job, buddy. See how I tore that up there?
That's 60 pounds, look at that.
I know, 60 pounds.
Looks like somebody dragged 80 grit sandpaper across that.
You're gonna have to change that out.
Yeah, had I not had 60 and 50 pound braid,
He'd been off.
he'd been said, see ya.
Ray Van Horn's Captain's Journey is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. And by Mercury Marine, go boldly.
All right, you ain't gonna be able to cast for a while, cuz we gotta go through these bushes. You know, fishing is what it is. We catch a few snook, and I told him, I said, you know, it's starting to warm up a little bit. I've got another little spot right around the corner. Why don't we go try to catch some of these micro tarpon? A pretty crowded, just overgrown creek to just almost an impenetrable jungle creek, and these tarpon are rolling everywhere. Post cold front, and they're keyed in on bait that big. Anybody out there got a bait that big that you can throw on a bait caster or a spinning rod? And the overhead is so thick you can't cast the fly. Fish are rolling all around us, eating these little minnows.
There he is. There you go. He's off.
He's off.
We get a couple to take a swat at it and finally catch one, and he's just a beautiful specimen.
There you go. There he is. Got him, Bo?
You ready?
That little guy. Look at that cool little dude.
Keep us out of the hole.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That's absolutely gorgeous.
Just like a 200 pounder, but manageable.
That's right.
Look at that. That is just a perfect specimen.
How old do you think he is, Ray?
Year and a half.
Okay.
He might just be a year, because once they start putting a feed bag on, they really grow.
It's a beautiful little fish.
I'm thinking he's probably a year and a half. Back in the pool.
Beautiful fish.
Good job, brother man.
Good job, buddy.
Perseverance.
Ooh, you better watch this one.
There you go, Jason. You want the net for that?
No.
Look how pretty he is.
He is. Pretty little fella.
Got the big fish attitude.
That's it, he did.
So we catch a few snook and a little tarpon. He gets a taste of what it should be like. Fish boiling all over. He's frustrated, I'm frustrated. But you know what? That's part of the game.
They show themselves off. There's another one. Early release. Little ski action.
You get post-front situation, you deal with it. And I said, hey, no big deal. That small window tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit warmer. The tide's going to be a little better. And I said, now we've got some location. We have an idea where some of these fish are.
They don't like high sun?
No, they're more shade oriented.
Really?
But I mean, the hitch in that sun when they're on that sunny bank, because that, depending on which, if it's the inside or outside part of the creek, that's the deepest part of the creek. And that's the side they're going to favor usually. I've actually seen a couple of big fish move when I made a cast today, and I'm logging that in. I'm going to take a shot at those girls tomorrow.
Ray Van Horn's Captain's Journey is presented by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
Day 2 is all about redemption. And I told him, I said, man, this is almost like muskie fishing in that you're gonna make 1,000,000 casts. Everything looks good. You got to dissect cover just like a professional bass angler. You know, that little pocket looks good, that little pocket looks good. Middle of the creek might be good, who knows? It's sunny, it's cold water. These fish could be just about anywhere. Current is so important. I'm monitoring surface temperature. Some parts of this creek are 3 to 4 degrees warmer than other parts. That's a huge deal when you're dealing with snook. Mercury makes a fantastic jet-powered outboard 4-stroke. Some of the places I go on these extremely low winter tides, I've only got a few inches of water. Everybody else is sitting back at the hill going, I can't go yet, no water. That's not gonna stop us. And that jet drive is fantastic. Mercury builds a great product on there, and you're gonna be able to see that in some of these places that I like to go down here in the Everglades. It's just a necessity for me. And we start off the day, and I don't know, I guess it's gonna be, you know, maybe it's gonna be my day today. I hook a really, really nice fish. Oh, God, I got a big one. It's a tank. Pulling drag, and I got it welded shut. That's it, I'm gonna get away from this bank. Up there sunning on that bar, buddy. This is a tank, dude. I haven't had one pull like that in a while. That's why I pull that trolling motor up and get your rod tip out of the water. There you go, buddy. Lord have mercy, dude.
That's a big one, dude.
Dude, that may be my biggest snook in the Everglades ever. I'll have to measure him. Oh, look at this thing.
It's a gorgeous fish, man.
Biggest one I've ever caught in this creek. Right there at it.
$33.5.
That's it?
Uh-huh.
God, that fish is easily 10, 12 pounds.
Let me see.
She's ready, buddy. How about that? Oh, God, I don't want a 40-incher back here. If that's all that was 33.5. God dang, man, I'm getting weak. So I'm starting to feel it, man. I mean, when you get into the zone, when you get into the groove, everything's feeling right to me. And I think Jason's a bit frustrated because, you know, we see all these fish rolling with the tarpon. He loses a couple of fish on day 1. Now, I can take that side over there if you want.
No, I'm good, brother man. It's all good.
So competitive, man. That's what I love about him. He's a great angler. We get this one fish to the boat, we let it go. I make another cast in the same area. I get another fish. Big, big. Uh-oh. Another Tankosaurus. Little fat one. Yeah! Baby! Get you some of that, Jason. Look at that tank.
It's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Little short, stubby one right there. Now, I'll tell you what, this is epic considering it's the second day after that cold front that went through. And it's 1:30 in the middle of the afternoon and the big fish are eating because this is the warmest the water's been all day. And they're up here sunning and they say, I might as well eat me a little mullet dinner while I'm at it. Ah, beautiful fish, beautiful. Here she is. Beautiful.
Ray Van Horn's Captain's Journey is brought to you by Power Pole, Shallow Water Anchor, Bob's Machine Shop, go fast, go shallow, go efficient, and by DOA, the unfair advantage.
We are right in the middle of this little spot, and I go, this couldn't have been more perfect for me. We do the high five, but I can see in his eye, he says, really, man? Really? You throw it out in the middle of nowhere and you hook that fish? You've been telling me to fish over here on this bank, and then you turn around and throw over there. And I go, okay, I'll tell you what, let's switch sides. You know, all the fish coming on the right side, I'll fish the left side. I swear on a Bible. The next cast I make on the left side, I hook another nice one. Another tank. Good scoop, Bubba.
That's about all I'm good for today. I can't catch one, but I can net him for you.
All I know is I got a horseshoe right here. I know, you know, left side, right side. I'm just throwing it where I think there is one. Another 10,000 Islands dandy. That's only a 30-inch fish, but I'll tell you what, that's a lot of fish right there. That's a lot of animal. It's another great fish. And he just, hey, you know what? You can stand side by side, cast for cast, and sometimes that's how it happens. One guy catches them, the other guy doesn't. Right. That's just fishing. Oh, Snook Fest.
Today's baits used for snook and micro tarpon by Ray and Jason are DOA 5.5 Cal Soft Jerk Bait and Bayou Tiger on a DOA Premium 1/4 ounce jig for snook. DOA Cal 3-inch swim bait and Glow Gold on a 1/8 ounce DOA Premium jig for micro poons. Retrieved for the snook was an erratic twitch pause. Retrieved for the micro poons was a quick, steady retrieve.
Couple more casts.
Yeah, I think it's done.
I think we
Got what we could.
had our window. Can I get another bump? There he is. Not a giant. What if I got a cichlid or something? Got a cichlid. Look at that cichlid. Now that's an aggressive critter. I'll tell you what, Jason. It's been one heck of a day. And you know, post cold front snook, typical deal. We fished hard for 2 days.
We have.
And the bite window was probably 30 or 40 minutes, period.
And it was over,
Over, done, except for this guy.
except for that guy.
Your lucky day. Tell you what, we got a pretty good run. What do you say we call it a day?
I'm all for that today.
We appreciate you hanging with us and being part of the journey. We'll catch you next week. Adios. You catch 4 giant snook in one day, I don't care where you are, that is a great, great day. And I want to thank Captain Jason Catchings for being part of this journey. Thank you, buddy.
Promotional consideration is provided by these fine products.